Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today we're doing our very first episode of a Lord of the Rings collection. And today I'm going to show you 5 of some of my favorite books. Again, I have a lot of these books, so we will do them in little groups. For the book episodes, I'm going to do them as like part 1, alright? And then part so on and so forth, until we get all my books done and put in there over time. But again, I'm going to show you some of my favorites right now. We'll continue that. And again, I will also have other things, by the way, in my introduction video. I didn't say things like I will do like video games, classic video games in their cases. I have a bunch here, as you can see, and Lord of the Rings stuff like that too as well. But today we're going to do some books. And again, I will have the links to the descriptions of where you can buy these, because these particular books are still sold and still easy to access and get. Some of the books I will show you, I will let you know if it's going to be hard to find them. You'll have to search for them. But I will show you. I'm going to start with one of my favorite of all times Lord of the Rings books. I'm a big fan of maps, and so was Tolkien, but this particular book here, and I'm going to go it up close so you can see it, right there. This is one of my absolute favorites right here. Here's the author. And again, I will have a link for you in the description, so where you can find this. This is still sold. It's different. Sometimes it's differently printed, but it usually has this picture on the front of Edoras in Rohan. But it is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful map book. Mine is just destroyed because I've used it for so many years. It's all messed up. But as you can see, if this doesn't blur out for you, it has descriptions and maps and locations. And it is just absolutely one of my favorite map books of the Lord of the Rings. It is in depth. It has everything. Second Age, Third Age, The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, all of them. Great book. I highly recommend it if you like maps, even if you're not using it for study of Lord of the Rings. I've used it for studying because I've done a lot of fan lore in the past too, which I will probably share on my Lord of the Rings Life sometime blog for you guys for fun. But anyway, great book. So this is the first one I want to show you. Fantastic book. Here's another book that is a brand new one. Very fantastic. A friend got me this for Christmas this last week ago, and it is fantastic. The Illustrated World of Tolkien, David Day. All of David Day's books are fantastic. I will show you other ones I have in the future, but this is absolutely beautiful. It's basically information and also illustrations inside, as you can see, about certain characters, creatures. All right, it's fantastic. It is absolutely a gorgeous book, as you can see there. It's just, the illustrations are beautiful, wonderful information. It is really a must-have if you're a really big Lord of the Rings Tolkien fan. Here's a good one of creatures there. All right, so fantastic. I'll have the link in the description for you. Here's another one I really thought was very interesting that I got. I haven't read this very much yet, I must say, but The Flora of Middle-earth. Yes, a book about all of the plants and flowers and everything in Middle-earth. Very cool. I will again link this in the description for you guys to check it out. It's a very cool book. Fantastic. All right, here's another good one I liked. Recipes from the World of Tolkien. All right, so now again, this is probably not exactly right, because even though he described the food, but someone did the work and put it together from Old English food and that kind of things. You can like cook from things out of The Hobbit, right? That's for example. Let's see, we have Bjorn's honey cakes. Bjorn's honey cakes, right there. There's the recipe, and they've got some neat art in there too, as you can see. Isn't that fantastic? I get the light on it correctly, my camera. Again, for the books reviews, I will probably be using this camera because you don't really need to see really high depth. But when I do replicas and swords for later videos in this playlist, I will be using my phone 4K in Ultra HD for you guys, and I will post those for you in the future. But it'll take a little bit more work. I just want to show you some books real quick. And then for my last book I want to show you today is a very large book, and it is here, right here, Middle-earth. Journeys in the Myth and Legend by this person here. This is a really beautiful version of Gandalf art. Look at how fantastic that looks. Again, this book is all about art, different artists who did art for the Lord of the Rings. It's not just Howard Shore. It's many different artists, right? Sorry, Howard Shore did the music. I meant John. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember his name right now. I'm insulting. He's fantastic. Well, you know who I'm talking about. The artist who did all the main books and work. Alan Lee, that's one of them, I believe. I can't think of the other one right now off the top of my head, but they're both amazing artists. But this is a beautiful book. I'll have it in the link in the description. Really fantastic pictures. Again, I don't want to show you everything because copyright for them. I'm basically advertising for them though. It's really fun to share collections, right? And that's one thing. Again, if you guys have ideas for books, you're welcome to shoot them out there. Again, I have 170 different Lord of the Rings books, so I probably have a lot. But I mean, if you're like, hey, I got one that you probably don't have. Like, here's where you can buy it. I will be happy. I will be so excited. All right. So again, there we go. There's 5 books for the first episode of this Lord of the Rings collection playlist. I want to share them with you. Again, one thing I always am like, I wish people would share stuff more, because sometimes the hardest part about collections and collecting things or getting books is knowing they exist, right? Like, that's the thing. I'm always amazed when I didn't know something existed just because it wasn't advertised or no one really said anything about it, right? So, like, that's what I'm hoping to do in this playlist. And, good gift ideas for your family. Christmas, birthdays, you know what I mean? If they're a really big Tolkien fan, now you'll know where to find good ideas for Tolkien, this playlist on Voice of the Rings channel. All right. Well, I hope that helped you guys out. And you guys have a wonderful day in Middle-earth. And I'll see you in the next episode of a Lord of the Rings collection. And check out my main playlist that'll pop up right here. A LOTR Tale. Don't forget to subscribe, everyone. Have a wonderful day in Middle-earth.